I'm your host, Whitney Ward. I am here to bring knowledge and community. I believe that women are the most powerful entity on this planet. We are here to connect and bring life into this world. So let's rise up, come into our power, heal, and be whole. Anything and everything, let's talk about it. Welcome to Whitney's World Podcast. 5, 6, 7, 8, let's go! What's up? Welcome, squad. Welcome back to another episode of Whitney's World Podcast. I am so freaking excited to have you all here today. This seriously means the absolute world to me that you are taking time out of your day to listen to me and my message, what I'm learning in life. And I hope it brings you absolute joy and peace and wholeness. And I hope that you can find yourself and your peace. That is what this journey on earth is about. I truly believe that. So first and foremost, I want to give a shout out to all the gentlemen that have been listening to my podcast, that have been supporting me. I honestly am shook. I had more men reach out to me on the last episode than ever. So, it's just crazy too, because last week was about expectations, and I always had this expectation that I would have a podcast for women. And now I'm realizing, maybe that's not what this is going to turn into. I'm super excited for the future, for Whitney's World Podcast and any other podcasts that may come, or just different opportunities. So I just want to let you guys know that if you're out there and you're listening, I'm so thankful. I really hope that I can bring light into your life no matter what. So I just really wanted to give a shout out to all the guys out there. You guys are awesome, and I really appreciate you popping in with me and just listening to me. And hopefully I'm helping you have insight on women and what a woman is, how we think, how we feel, more of our energy, and just kind of the feminine. I really hope that it just sparks something in you and it helps you in some way, shape, or form understand us women, because I know we're a little crazy, but y'all are crazy too. So don't act like you're not. We are all a little crazy, and that's all right. That's what makes us so special. So we're going to get into it right now. It's currently pouring rain. So if you hear thunder, which I'm sure you won't, but if you do, it's literally pouring out. I live in Florida. We all hopefully know that. Swampland here, lots of bugs, mosquitoes. I went to dinner with one of my best friends, Abby, last night, and we went to this restaurant on the river, and I'm pretty sure I have like 25 bug bites. My legs are like just eaten alive. So anyway, it's pouring outside. It's Monday. I'm recording again on Monday. I'm just super excited to have you guys. The title of this episode is Finding Myself and Alignment. I have been on a journey really since I was 21, I feel like, to really find myself. I really have been on a journey, though, to truly find myself and be the version of Whitney that I've always wanted to come out, but I just wasn't ever in the place, really, because I was just partying a lot. So I really wasn't able to embody the Whitney that I feel like I am now, and the Whitney that I am striving to be on a daily basis. So I just want to kind of start with, I feel like we just don't have an opportunity for the most part in this life to find ourselves. I feel like this is such an incredible journey, and we have so much opportunity at our feet all the time, especially now with technology and just our communicating levels with each other. And so I really hope that as we kind of evolve and grow into this next level of human beings that we're becoming, that more people at a younger age take time to truly find themselves. I kind of came to a realization maybe about 6 months ago that society pushes us into a place where there's no room for us to find ourselves. We go to school, we're indoctrinated from the time we're 2 years old. We go to school literally until we're 18. And then it's like, oh, that's not enough school. Got to go to college. Go to college, spend 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, however many years you're doing that. You are in college. Then usually people meet someone in college, then they get married, they get the jobs, and then they have kids. And it leaves me to think, like, is that the problem with society? Is that no one's truly finding themselves, And I feel like I'm 30 and I'm single. I've never been married. I do not have kids yet. And I feel like so many people, their advice is always don't settle and live your life. And I feel like it's just gotten so heavy on my heart because I feel like that's really the message from people that are married and have children is don't settle and don't have kids with someone that you don't see forever with. But really, I feel like what we should be focusing on is go find yourself. Go find yourself. Find your passion. Go find people that light your soul on fire, that you can have fun with. Obviously, this life is about communicating and being in communion with others and connecting. Obviously, we want to find that perfect person. And I think that perfect person can come, but I think it has to come from a place where you've really gone through it and you've really found yourself before you can just give yourself to someone else. Because is that why so many people are getting divorced? And how many times do you hear, oh, we just outgrew each other, or, I outgrew him. I just want more. He's stuck in his ways. She's stuck in her ways. She's angry. She's not happy. Like, there's all of these outside things just constantly telling people that we haven't found ourselves. And the people that do find themselves and wait to get married and wait to have children, I feel like those are the ones that, for the most part, obviously, we're just talking like, big picture. I'm not like pointing anyone out specifically. This is just a conversation that I'm trying to have really with myself. And I hope you guys give me some feedback because I'm really on that journey of finding myself. And I was listening to a podcast the other day, and he said, if you're looking for that perfect person, are you becoming the perfect person that you are waiting for? And I was like, wow, that's so interesting. My lights are flickering. I really hope everything doesn't shut down because I'm in the flow. But, is the more that I just observe, because at this point in my life, I am finding myself and I'm also observing and I'm also asking people questions. I am always asking people that I trust their opinion. And I'm like, hey, what do you think about this situation? I have a podcast. I want to get a collective. I want to get the collective. I want to hear what other people have to say. Because obviously this is just my thoughts and kind of my journey, but I just really am at a place where I want people to, first of all, know that it's okay to find yourself and just to wait. And even though society tells us, go to school, go to college, get the job, get a wife, have kids, like you can do all those things, but find yourself first. Because if you find yourself, then you're going to find that person that is energetically matched with you and aligned with you, instead of, you being this person at 20. I will say right now, if I would have married the guy that I loved when I was 21, we would for sure be divorced. There's absolutely no way we would have made it. Like my 20s were like the time that I did all the things. I traveled, I went to clubs, I, partied, I just let myself kind of learn a little bit. Something else about me is my parents are they're like angels on earth. They don't party. So I never really understood addiction. And it's not funny, but I ended up dating basically all the guys that I ended up dating were essentially all addicts. And, I didn't really believe addiction was real because I had never seen it. So I ended up dating these guys that had addiction, and that's part of finding myself. I definitely got lost in some things, and I had to break addictions in my own life. This podcast is brought to you by yours truly, me, Whitney Ward. I'm a licensed realtor in Colorado and Florida. I would love the opportunity to connect with you if you're looking to buy or sell real estate. You live in another state? No problem. I pride myself on connecting with the best and top realtors around. DM me on Instagram, TikTok, or Facebook. I'd love to help you with your real estate goals. Chat soon. Let's get back to the show. And again, that's just part of me kind of finding my path and finding my way and really being able to do that and having the time to find myself and, realize addiction's real, trauma's real, narcissists are real. I went to a Christian church. A lot of my friends that I grew up with, their parents had great marriages and relationships. And so I didn't really get to see like the craziness of the world, I feel like. And so I'm just so thankful that I am here at this time, and I feel like I've really been able to find myself. I heard this song. It's like one of my favorite songs. It's like a electronic dance music song, which is my favorite music, but it says, awakening is not changing who you are, but disregarding who you are not. And when I heard that, I was like, wow, because I feel like I've always been trying to change myself. And when I heard this of disregarding who you're not, that just resonated with me because I'm like, maybe I don't need to change myself. Maybe I just need to become who I'm supposed to be and disregard all of the things that have been told to me or have attached to me or I've allowed to be my reality, and just get rid of those so that I can truly embody the person that I'm supposed to become. When I moved to Florida, I don't want to give too many details because I am going to be releasing like a whole different podcast on pretty much why I had to leave. But I essentially was with a very narcissistic, abusive person. I was not being hit, but I was playing, he was playing mental gymnastics with me for pretty much like the year we were together. And I'm such a loyal and loving person that for me, I had friends that are like, why don't you see your worth? But I knew my worth, but I guess I don't know. I just was at a place where I did love him, and I just couldn't. I was just I'd never been with a narcissist. I'd never been with someone that would gaslight me. And so it just got to a place where it was just so toxic and it was so not okay. I ended up leaving Colorado, and I had to leave. It wasn't really like something that I always knew I was going to be in Florida, but I always thought I would come to Florida on my own terms, but this at this point was not on my own terms. This was like, I got to go, and I got to go now. And I literally up and left within, it was like 3 months. It was kind of crazy. So when I had to leave everything that I was, everything that I knew, my whole life, I lived in Colorado for over 20 years. It was basically what catapulted me into being able to find myself truly, because I wasn't 100% proud of the person that I was becoming. I knew that I had a bigger purpose and I needed to evolve. And I just, like, looking back, obviously what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And being catapulted to Florida was exactly what was supposed to happen. But I just, and I just couldn't be the person I needed to become in Colorado because it was like a black hole. It was, my life, I had done all the crazy things there. You know, people knew my past, people knew who I was, the choices I made, the things I did, like everyone, the guys I dated, all the craziness. And so being in Colorado really held me back because I couldn't embody the person I needed to. I needed to like shed those layers because I needed to evolve. It's like a snake, you know. Why do snakes shed their skin? Because they're growing bigger. And so for me, that was kind of, even though leaving Colorado wasn't on my terms, you know, it was absolutely the best thing that ever happened to me. I feel like restarting gave me my power. Like, really, being an entrepreneur is not easy. You know, and obviously, you know that because if it was easy to be an entrepreneur, everyone would do it, but it's not. And when you build, I had been selling real estate since I was 22. And when you build a career for, you know, 7 years and then it gets basically ripped from you, I had two choices. I either crash and burn or I get a fresh start, and I literally am given the opportunity to rise up and become the Whitney Ward that I always wanted to be. And that's this. I want to be someone that I'm a cheerleader. I want to cheer people on. I want to cheer on myself. I want to see people succeed. I want to see people break through and do things and do amazing things. Like, I am a cheerleader, and through and through, like, that's the Whitney I want to be. I want to be able to cheer people on and let people know that no matter where you're at, you can always choose another path. And I was actually talking to a friend a couple of days ago because she's going through a really hard situation. And I told her, I said, you know, you can choose a path now, and that doesn't mean in 3 months that you can't choose another path. And she's like, yeah, you know, you're actually right. And I was like, yeah, so just choose the path that you think is right. And down the line, if you feel like the path is leading you somewhere else, take that. Don't get stuck in the what ifs and just at a crossroads. Just choose the path and move forward. And again, if it's not the right path, it will unveil itself to you and it will present you a new opportunity to go a different way. And so I think that for me, that's like something that when I was leaving Colorado, people were like, oh, you can always come back. And I'm like, no, I can never come back here. Like, I have to, like, this is just it's just like old me, you know, but it was true. You know, if I wasn't successful in Florida and I needed to come back, obviously, you know, I could, but leaving and again, believing in myself and knowing like, this is the Whitney that I'm going to become. I'm going to start stepping into my power and what I want to become has been so powerful for me. And it's been like, it's just been lighting my soul on fire, and it's given me such confidence. And I just want to share this with everyone because I know so many people are struggling and feel stuck. And sometimes you really have to completely leave your life and start new, and get a fresh start and be alone to truly find who you are. And that's the power, is finding who you are and who you're supposed to be in the world, because the world is waiting for us to rise up and to come into the person that we're supposed to come into so that we can help and we can help people heal and move forward and heal the trauma and the pain and the hurt. And you can go through catastrophic things and you can go through insaneness out there. But like, the true powers is knowing that you're in control and that you are here to save yourself and not anything else. And if you believe in yourself, that's the power. That's all. You only have to believe in yourself. I actually posted this on my Instagram today, but I saw this acronym and it was like a little video, but it says fear, forget everything and run, or face everything and rise. And what the video was two guys, one of them had a gun and then the other one was just standing there. There was like big elephant running towards them, and they just stood there and just didn't move. And the elephant started charging at them, and then the elephant stopped and backed up. And that just was like, holy crap. Like, that is everything. Forget everything and run. No, face everything and rise. That is the power. That is the truth. That is what we need to embody. Fear's crazy. Fear can ruin and run your life if you let it. But if you face everything and rise, that's it. You just face it. The only way out is through. The only way out is through. So you can't let fear paralyze you. And most of the time, fear is not even real. It's just it's like a figment of our imagination, right? So I think, like, for me, when I've been in like relationships where I knew I needed to leave because they weren't good, I just would be so paralyzed and like, oh, I don't want to be alone again. And I don't like dating, even though dating is kind of fun. Like, what will people think? Like, it was always about external. It was never about me. Like, what if I leave this and I just focus on myself? What if I just shut this down because it's literally not lifting me up, it's tearing me down? I was always like afraid of like everyone else. And like, that noise doesn't matter because they have their own noise in their head. And at the end of the day, they don't care if you break up with that person. They don't care if you quit that job and start a new career. These people don't care. Most people are actually rooting for you. Most people are interested in seeing you succeed because it also shows them more power that they can receive and move forward and embody that person that they want to become. And we can't like worry about the haters. Like, the haters, they're always going to be there. They're going to hate. It doesn't matter. They're not real. And it only matters what's inside of you. And it only matters that you believe in yourself and you can see your future and you know where you're going. And again, sometimes you have to shed people and layers and things and jobs and whatever you need to shed to get to that next level so that you can really be the person that you want to become. And when I was a little girl, I was crazy. For any of you that don't know, my birthday's in May and I am a Taurus, so I'm a bull. So I'm just like, it's crazy too, because I've never really been cared what people thought of me. Like, people used to tell me, like, I don't know, teenagers or whatever, when I was young in church, and they're like, you need to calm down. Like, you're too much. And as a little girl, like, first of all, when you're telling an 8-year-old to calm down, like, and you're not like a parent, it is something you're like, absolutely not. Like, close your ears, buddy. You don't have to listen to me. Put some earplugs in. And that's like how I went through life, like, as a kid. But those things like kind of sat with me like, well, maybe I am too much. Like, maybe I do need to calm down. Like, maybe people aren't going to like me because I'm just this like big cheerleader and I'm just always screaming and I'm just like so lit up by life. I love life. I've always loved life. And sometimes I would let those comments like get to me. And I do feel like it kind of like suppressed the little girl in me. Like, it made me smaller because I wasn't able to be what I wanted. And I was trying to calm down so people would like me. And now I'm like, no, I need to just be exactly who I am because people love me. And a funny story, my parents told me that when I was, I don't know, I think I was like 6. This is an example of how crazy I was. I put some of my mom's pantyhose over my head, like my whole head. And my parents said that I ran around the table and I would just screaming fox and hound, like fox and hound, fox and hound, fox and hound. And like, I don't know why, but I was just running around in circles screaming that because that is just like the energy I had. I was just I was a wild one. And what I've realized now, the older I get, I just realized that the world does need my energy, that I don't need to suppress who I am for anyone, because people love me and accept me, and I need to be exactly who I need to be in this world so that I can make a difference in a good way, and help people. And I was out over the weekend and I went downtown with Alex and Diane, and I was dancing. First of all, I love to dance. I am a dancing queen. I can pretty much do anything. I'm not like pro at salsa dancing, but I can do it. Okay. These hips can shake, but I love to dance. And I was just like chilling. I was just dancing. I was in my zone. Like my friends were there and we were just hanging out. And this guy, he turns around and he's like, girl, where do you get all that energy from? And I just looked at him and I was like, I'm just so happy. And that's like truly how I feel. Like, I don't care what anyone thinks about me dancing, like however I dance, if it's crazy or if I'm chilling dancing, like whatever. Like, I was just so happy in that moment. You could see, and this guy said something to me. He's like, where do you get that energy? And it's like my soul. I'm just lit up. I just love life. All the good things are coming to me. God's bringing the right people into my life. People are giving me advice. People are asking me questions. People are making me think. I'm expanding. Like, I'm just literally lit up in life. And I'm just really learning more and more every day. Like, keep going, Whitney. Don't be afraid. Don't think about what people think, because at the end of the day, people are loving it. People are showing up. People are like, I love it. Keep going. You're amazing. Your social media, you're doing great. Like, I'm getting so much good feedback. Why would I let, a couple people, probably haters, dim me down and dim my light when my light needs to be shining as bright as literally possible so that I can help people and give my energy to other people too. And honestly, like, I've had friends that have told me, you have the perfect personality for TV. And like, one of my best friends, Margaret, she's been telling me forever to like start talking about my story and my experiences. She's like, your life is just crazy. Like, people need to hear it. And so anyway, for the Bachelorette out there, hit me up. I'm ready to come on. I know some of my friends are going to love that, but I just am at a place where I'm like, I am that personality. And also the older I've gotten and the more I've learned about myself, and I'm learning about my personality and I'm learning about my energy and the person that I am, and more of like my blueprint, that who I'm supposed to be in this life is lit up. I'm supposed to be that energy person. I'm supposed to be the connector. I'm supposed to be the life of the party. Like, I am that, and I love that. And I want people to just, if they feel the same way, to just live it, just do it. Like, we only get this life once. And if you dim your light and you don't believe in yourself, you're truly only doing yourself and everyone else around you injustice, because you should be showing up as the person that God created you to be in this lifetime, in this timeline. And I just love to kind of look back and see like how much I've changed and how much I've grown, and what a blessing it's been to be able to embody this new me and not be afraid and just keep going. Because again, I just really think that the only way out is through, and you have to go through it. And there's ups and downs. Progress is not linear. Progress is up and down, up and down, up and down. It's a constant, but if you can get up, you continually prove to yourself that you can rise, and you can. And when when something else comes in your life that maybe is a little like dip, a little drop down, you're like, I've been through this. I'm good. I know who I am. I'm strong. I manifest whatever I need is here. And the external world doesn't matter. What matters is me. What matters is my soul. What matters is my life. And when you live in that place of just true embodying who you are, that's where things just start to break free and break loose and life opens up, because also you're not expecting anything. You're just constantly living in alignment with who you're supposed to be. And that's exactly where we're supposed to be. That's exactly what we need to be. That's exactly what we need to be striving for, is that perfect energetic match. And that's when people will just start coming to you. Things will happen. Doors will open. You'll walk through and be like, wow, I never thought I'd be here. And here I am. And so I just like really am learning so much about just myself and my personality. And it's given me so much courage and strength and confidence to just know that it's okay to be loud. Like, I'm literally a cheerleader. That's what I'm on this planet to do, is to cheer and to rah, 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 5, 6, 7, 8, let's go. Like, that is literally why I'm here. I really believe that, and to love people. And that's really the key to my life. I feel like if I love people and I'm a constant cheerleader, I'm embodying everything I'm here, everything I'm meant to be. And the other people that I need to help me get to the next place, they'll be there because we'll be energetically matched, because we need, the mathematicians, we need the scientists, we need the tech gurus, we need all those people, the editors, we need the musicians, we need the singers. Like, when we all come into our power, we all work as one. And that's kind of like what I've seen, is when we all have a place, and when you can step into your power, everyone else will show up, because that's what you're meant to do here. So something I've learned since I moved to Florida is that living life through gratitude and abundance is the key. So like, I feel like I'm supposed to like love people and be a cheerleader, but also on top of that, when my mindset is constantly gratitude, I'm thankful for my house, I'm thankful for my car, my family, my dogs, where I live, all these things. When you're constantly in gratitude and you're constantly thankful and living in an abundance mindset, it is truly the freedom. That is truly where, if you're wrestling with things, it just doesn't matter, because you're constantly moving forward. You don't let those external things that try to hold you back affect you. You just keep going. Obviously you got to deal with stuff, you got to deal with it. But just living life in gratitude and abundance always is the key. I really think that. And so if you're wrestling with, not being the person that you want to be, I have like a challenge to you. And number one is, do you spend time alone? My mom told me in high school, because I get fed, like, my energy when I'm around people, that fills my cup. When I'm alone, I get in my head, I think about things, whatever. But when I'm with people, like, that really fills me up. That's where I get like my true energy. And so I think if you're wrestling with just feeling like you're not the person that you want to be, and you're not this person that you are wanting to embody, maybe spend some time alone, really start journaling, reading books, listening to podcasts. Music is huge. Don't listen to depressing music. Listen to music that gets your energy flowing, that gets your blood freaking firing, that gets your soul lit. Like, for me, it's EDM music. Like, I'm just such a EDC. I can't wait to go. It's in November. Be there, be square, baby. Like, I'm full in. I cannot wait. Like, music for me lights me up. Like, I blast all the time music in my car, and find things that light your soul on fire. I also have been going to the beach, just trying to spend more time alone, just reflecting in nature, really grounding myself and getting energy from nature, and getting energy from the water, and just being able to kind of sit back and just feel so grateful. And also, I moved to Florida. Like, I need to be at the beach multiple times a week. Like, it just feeds me. And it's just, I don't know. I just think the ocean is so magical. And I'm just so thankful to live in Florida. Like, you guys have seriously no idea what a blessing it's been to just be catapulted here. And I'm telling you right now, if I wasn't here, this wouldn't be happening. I wouldn't be having a podcast. I wouldn't be trying to help people. I definitely wouldn't be this confident. You know, I really had to like leave everything I knew and just give myself a complete restart. And now I feel like I could do it again and again and again if I had to. And it's just so exciting because once you do start breaking through those mental gymnastics in your own head, that's the what ifs and all these things that we battle. Once you do get to a place where you have a breakthrough and you realize like God does love you, he protects you and watches over you. And when you live in alignment, like everything just works out as long as you keep going, as long as you keep pressing, as long as you keep believing in yourself and not letting the external world get to your internal world, because your internal world is what matters. The way you show up, the way you feel, the things you speak, what you listen to, and all of that is your soul. All of that is the most important. If you don't have your soul, you got nothing in this life. So gratitude and just being thankful are the keys. Loving people and obviously believing in yourself is the most important thing that I could say to anyone that is struggling or is in a crossroads and isn't sure which way to go. Again, I'm a big believer in find someone that loves you and that is a good communicator that can give you some insight, especially, you know, there's times where like even when I was starting this podcast, I told my friends I was going to do it in January. I didn't release it until June, but they were constantly reminding me of who I was. Like even when I would get afraid, even when I would be afraid that what if I don't have something to talk about, or what if this, like that, those what ifs, those will kill you. They'll kill your dreams. They'll kill your destiny. You have to continue to believe in yourself, see your future, know where you're going. And if you get confused or you get a little lost or you get off track, find someone that loves you and that can lift your soul up, that can give you a little, you know, light your match on fire, that can just touch you and remind you of who you are. Because sometimes, you know, we go through this life and this life is hard. It's very hard. And it is meant to take us out. It's a game, you know, who's going to win, who's going to be able to rise above, who's going to freak out and run, or who is going to absolutely face everything and rise up and be that person that you were created to be. So I really hope this helped you guys. I love you guys. I work really hard on trying to bring something that is life-giving and uplifts you and hopefully helps you. My life has been completely transformed from podcasts and just listening to everyday people that are doing the unspeakable things and just breaking through these barriers of life and growing businesses and, you know, just communities and all of that. Like I love it. I'm just so thankful. The podcast world is amazing. So, you know, find some people that you like, that light your soul on fire, that do what you want to do, go learn from them. And that's all I got. So I love you guys. Please like, comment, and share. If you're listening, when you're listening to this, please screenshot, tag me I'm on TikTok, Instagram, also Facebook, but Facebook's a little bit more, I don't know, I think it's just not the best platform. But, you know, if you're on Facebook, please share, tag me. I really want to hear what you guys have to say. If you message me what you think, I would love to hear what you have to say. If there's anything that you want me to talk about, let me know, gentlemen or ladies. My mantra is anything and everything. Let's talk about it. You might not always agree, but that's okay, because I might not always agree with you. And that's what makes us special. We all need each other. We all need each other's minds. Imagine if we all thought the same thing, we'd be in a world of trouble. And that's kind of what I feel like society's pushing us to is all think the same thing. So we become robots, but we're not robots. We're human beings. We have a soul inside of us. We are so powerful. We are the true heroes of our own lives. And there are people that are waiting for you to rise up, to come into your power, to heal and be whole so that you can link up with them and have great friends and relationships and connect with more amazing people. So I love you guys. Please, please share this with someone you know, anyone that you think might need to hear it. I love you guys. It means the absolute world to me. And I cannot wait to see you next week. So go out there, do some big things. And I am rooting and cheering for you. 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's go.
Welcome to the Lo-Fi Sessions, a collaborative hip-hop project created by Clark, Josh, and Nami. Now relax and let the sounds wash over you. I love you.
Get your hands and your feet in the cold, don't time and go to the wall.